Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Lush Talks. Now, I've been posting on my personal Facebook page and my LTL Brewing Reviews Facebook page about a 2-year plan I'm looking to implement. Now, you're probably wondering, well Lush, what do you plan on doing? Well, we're going to talk about it in this video here. Now, something you normally don't see from me, I got notes in front of me. It was so long, I wanted to remember it. I have 2 pages worth of notes. Now, if you're wondering what I'm drinking, this is the Irish Red I created. And you can go back and watch the video. It's right on the page, so you can see it there. Oh, that is so good. And we're going to get started on what my plan is for 2 years. Now, first things first, I'm going to look down a lot on this, so bear with me, is get more experience. And that should be, well, Lance, duh. Well, I'm starting to get more comfortable with the process of making the beer itself. So that's going really good right now. I'm getting ready to start another one today. Hopefully, as long as I don't get sidetracked. But that one I'm doing for a birthday present. So there's a certain person out there is going to get probably half this beer, but I'm not going to tell you whom yet. Now, the next one is experiment with different styles. Now, there's so many different styles of beer out there. I want to get them under my belt, and I'll talk about that later on in this video. Let's see here. And research. And that's a given anyway. How they're made. What kind of tweaking can I do to make it my own? Things like that. Now, next one is a crucial one. Go to more breweries. You're probably wondering why. A lot of us learn how to make brew like the pros. I'm sorry, my phone just went off. Sorry about that. Now, I want to go out there and pick their brains. Ideas, what they want to try. Not necessarily give away all the secrets, but to learn and to listen. And in all of that, at the end of the day, mold my own style. And that comes into later on in this video. I'm going to talk about that too. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm going to do at the 6-month mark. Well, here's your answer right there. Be comfortable with the process. By that point, I should, because I'm just doing it one at a time. Then I'm going to step up to doing 2 at a time. So, get more into it, things like that. Now, I know sooner or later I'm going to have to invest in better equipment. I already know this. Now, number one, I already know I'm going to need a fast fermenter. I know that going in. And I also need to buy a filter, because right now I'm making it unfiltered, so I got to get that also. Now, I'm going to need to possible look into kegging equipment. Now, here's the deal. My apartment is tiny, so I got to figure out a way to making everything fit. That means something's probably got to go away, and that's probably the big table in front of the window. And if you go back and I did a review that has nothing to do with beer on some audio equipment I did. You saw how big that table was. So that's something to where it's probably going to have to go away. Let's see here. Where am I? And I got to figure that out. Get local exposure. Now, I gave away a bunch of my beer yesterday. So that's something to where I actually got a good response out of it. So I got to get my name out there. A lot of people know me here around town anyway, to get my name out. Possibly directly sell it to bars. Now, here's the deal. If I do that, I'm going to have to do it under the table. Obviously, because there's federal laws, there's state laws, as far as the permits and stuff I have to get to do it that way. But I didn't say that. Just market and promote like a madman. As a total madman. So, once I start doing stuff like that, once I get going, I'll get everybody updates and more Lush Talks, so you know exactly what's going on in the process, because I'm not going to lie to you. I want to keep everybody in the loop as far as what I'm doing, so you know. Now, at the 1-year mark, my plan is to make my move. And here's the reason why. I should have 5 to 6 beers ready, not necessarily done, but as brewable. And at that point, I want to make a pitch to someone. Either be a guest brewer somewhere, which is my which is my actual goal, main goal, not necessarily be a guest brewer, but only back to be a brewing apprentice somewhere. And yes, I'm taking a pay cut to do it, and I know that, so I gotta figure something out. You know, I don't want to do this, make a pitch to someone, as far as a company, the Gypsy Brew. Now, here's the deal with that. I really don't want to go down that road for quality control concerns. I really, really don't. Because when you Gypsy Brew, you're at the mercy of their brewer. I mean, they might not care just because it's a Tuesday. I mean, it's the nature of the beast. That's all it is, you know. And a lot of it is splitting the pie too thin from a business standpoint, because now at that point, it's a margin-based game. And anybody who knows how to run a business knows exactly what I'm talking about. As I turn the page here, Lush fans, we're on to page 2. But at that point, I have to start looking into state and federal permits. Now, on the federal side, once I make the application, I mean, I'm not talking about business license because I got to do that first anyway. It could take 2 weeks. It can take up to a year at that point. It's just at the mercy how fast it goes. Now, if I do not want to get on the Gypsy Road start, I gotta start looking at locations. I got no choice. Now, I want to stay in the greater Akron area, but who knows? But where? Now, I shouldn't talk about this. There was a post by one of the brewers here, Ron Shea. And he's going to kill me when he sees this video. He was talking about doing a brewery district. Now, I'm not going to talk about where. I'm going to let him make the announcement on that. There is a possibility. In the valley, I really don't want to go to Merriman Valley because all the brain damage down there at night. I just don't want to deal with it. Copley Road. Okay, here's the deal. Anybody knows anything about Copley Road here in Akron? At my end of the street, I really don't want to do it because it's just nightmarish up there. Now, if I go to the other side of Interstate 77, then you got a little bit different crowd over there. Now, I'll explain why later on, but like I'm not trying to go out like Copley Circle, you know, like Sharon Center. That's getting way too far out, and you're getting way, way, way out of the way. I thought about Chapel Hill, but here's the thing with this. If you actually look at one of my other channels, I did a video on Chapel Hill back in December. And I'm talking about the mall itself. I really want to go over there because it's pretty much dying. But Howe Avenue, on the other hand, is always busy. Anybody knows Akron knows this. You know, some empty spaces right now. But it's going to be pricey on that side of the mall. So I don't want to go over there. My next one is Wallhaven. Now I'm thinking Wallhaven might work because it's the right neighborhood. They're starting to build some retail up. There's a possibility there. Then you got Fairlawn and Montrose. It's big money out there. The problem is rent is big money out there. There's some other places I'm looking at, like maybe Bath Township. I thought about Peninsula, but there's creates two problems down there. Number one, you're isolated. There's no direct way to get there. And B, Peninsula's middle of Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Which means I'm at the mercy of them in the wintertime because they don't plow. So if they shut it down, you're screwed. You know? Now, my next thing is who to market to. Now, my first thing, and this is a personal reasons, I want to stay away from the gimmicks. Now, there was a discussion on one of the pages I'm on. There's a urine-made beer now. I am not trying to do that nonsense like that. That's just shock value. I don't want to do it. Now, I want my brews to tell a story. Now, with all the breweries popping up right now, I think that's becoming a lost art. Not necessarily the brewers themselves, they always got a story how they got there. I'm talking about the brews like this. I want my brew to tell a story behind it. I mean, it is the story, you know? The next thing is, I can't get this point across enough. All my channels I talk about this. Never forget where you came from. Never, ever forget that. And that means me staying hyper local or doing like the distribution deal, like a regional. If it gets that point, okay, we'll cross that road when we get there. The next one, this is going to sound really, the best way I'm going to say it, sound really, really, really shitty. Market to minorities. And here's the reason why. That is a monstrous market that's completely underserved. And a lot of that's because for the minorities themselves, there's a lack of education as far as craft beer themselves. Now, I know a lot of them, they know it's out there, but they don't really know much about it. Now, the flip side of that is, in the inner cities, you're going to have to market to a price point. Now, I don't know or how to do that just yet. And I'm not just talking just make a reverse engineer a malt and do it that way. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mass marketing a craft beer to a price point. Like, give you a good example, Ice House. Ice House is 99 cents. But that's economies of scale. They can make a lot, sell it cheap. I'm thinking I can keep right around that $2 to $2.50 price point for a can and make it work. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But, like, down the road, that might happen. Like I said, and nationwide is underserved. We all know that. Now, with this, I got to play to a strength I have right now. And that's the lack of black American brewers. Now, there's been talk, you can go look it up, I'm not lying about this part specifically. There are over 5,000 craft breweries right now, Now, out of that 5K, there's maybe 10 to 20 nationwide that black Americans have, or minorities in general, let me rephrase that. So keep that in mind. Out of 5K, there's maybe 10 to 20, there might be more. And please let me know what there is. Now, as far as black Americans themselves, there's 5 for sure. Now, I got to play up to that fact and the way I'm going about this. And I don't want to do it that way, but I'm going to have to. What brings me to the next part. I'm going to have to find some mentors. Oh, they're out there like Alex Rodriguez. Senor Rodriguez, I'm going to lean on you hard. And you already know that because we talked about that already. So those ones, I got to find other mentors. Because I need somebody to look up to. And finally, I start wrapping this video up. At the 2-year mark, now barring a craft beer crash, I should be ready to make my move. Now, here's my plan. I'm going to have to do 100% crowdfunding on this. And this is a personal reason on this. I want to be a true independent. I'm talking about new investors. Okay, let me back it up. If I get an angel investor, fine. Because angel investing, it's anonymous sources, okay. Somebody wants to see me succeed. But I want to be outside that true independent. That means crowdsourcing. I don't want to go to a bank for a loan. I don't want to do any of that. Keep marketing. You're going to have to market the snot out of this. I know this for a fact. And I'm going to have to get some national press on this. Now, it's out there, obviously. But it's like, you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to have to get some eyeballs on me. And the most important things I wrap this video up, have fun. Yes, it's going to be a business. I understand that. But you're not having fun, even with all the stress and the nonsense and the brain damage. Doesn't really matter. You got to have fun. That comes back to never forget where you came from. Well, Lush fans, I'm going to wrap this up. Now, thanks for watching. I know it's an unusual video for me, but I just want to get out there and let you know what my plan is. Well, folks, that is it for this Lush Talks, and stay tuned for the next edition of Lance and Lush, Lush Talks, and LTL Brewery and Reviews.